activity is, we can open it like this. This is activity A in the center, right? Now this activity A is preceded by no activity, no task. So we're taking off from that. So we tag that as activity A. If you look at your paper, it has 5 days of activities. We'll put our 5 days here. Right. Because it doesn't have any predecessor, we leave it like that. But if you look at activity B, which is called construction plan, it is preceded by A, meaning that activity B, we take off from here, right? And we create this for it. We call it activity B, right? The duration for it is 15 days. We put our 15 days here. If you look at it, activity C is preceded by A, meaning that activity C, we're creating activity C, and we said it's preceded by A. That's why we are taking off from A. So let's create a cubicle like this for it, and we call this activity C.
10 days.
We have 10 days, we put our 10 days here, right? Now we have activity D. E2 is taken off from A2, right? So we draw up again. This is activity C, right?
D.
Oh, D, sorry. D. How many days?
5.
We put our 5 days here, right? Now we have activity E. It's taken off from B and C. So because B is here, C is here, we try to draw it to the middle like this, right? So this is activity
E.
E. We put our E here. How many days?
15.
15 days. We put our 15 days here. Now we have activity F. It's preceded by B, C, and D. This is B, C, and D. This is B, C, and D. Something like this. So we put activity F,
And 1 second.
10 days, right? We put our 10 days here. Now we say activity G, which is wait for construction, is preceded by F. This is our activity F. So we draw straight like this.
170.
We put activity G in the center, right? We have 170. Now we come in, we have activity H, right? E and G. This is E and G. We say activity H. 35 days. So we've created a sketch representation of all these activities now. So remember, when we are moving forward, we plus. When we are moving backward, we minus. I've told you to read. The formula there is there. So we're going forward now. This is 5, right? Because this has no predecessor, we assume that we're taking off from 0. How many days with this activity completed?
5 days.
We have our 5 days here, 0 plus 5. Now, this preceded this and this like that. So meaning that all these 3 activities cannot start until when?
A finish.
A finish. Because they took off from A, each of them. So 5 here plus 5 here, 15 here, 20. 5 here plus 10 here, 15. 5 here,
10.
10. Now, it's a cluster now. Now, activity B and C must be completed before activity E starts. Now, on what day will this activity E start?
20.
Why?
35.
20.
20.
No fun. Because it's a.
If you are, let me tell me what you think. Yeah?
20.
20.
Why 20?
Because
The
it is
finish date of the B is 20.
Why?
And longest time is comparatively C, B is the longest. So
It's not about longest time now. I want people to be precise. Why? We've done this thing once. So
we
if I
cannot-
did-
Completed before B.
Before what?
It is before B. It is taking only 15 days and B is taking 20 days.
20 days.
So what will happen then?
Because you can't start it before completing the.
Another
For
place.
completion of
I just want you to explain in full. I get your explanation, but I want you to explain in full, and that full will include you cannot start until that 20 days, because even if you have completed activity C, you cannot start activity E until when that 20 days of activity B is completed. Because for E to start, it has to take into consideration these two activities. And if one finishes earlier and the second one has not finished, it has to wait for it. So we just say, we say 20, that's the starting time here, plus 15 days of this normal day for this will be 35, right? Now, if you look at it now, we've done E, we're going to activity F, right? Now, activity F says, activity B, C, D must be completed. That's why the three, get connected here, must be completed before we can start this. So, what's it, if you look at this activity 3 altogether, which one is the highest? 20. So we say 20 here, plus 10, 30, right? So meaning that this activity will complete on the 30th day. Now after here, E, F, G, we have G, and G is saying that G can only start until when this is completed. This is going to be completed on 30th day. So we put 30 here, plus 170, 200 days. Now, if you look at activity H, cannot start until when activity E and G is completed. So, what are we moving down? We move 200 down here, and this activity will only finish on the 235. We have calculated forward now, right? Our assumption now, our calculation is that this activity will only end on the 23rd day. If you put this, add all this together, it's not going to give you that 23rd day. I don't think so. Because this is 105, 115, 100 and, is it 235?
No, it's more than that.
265. So it's not going to give you that, I know. Now we've calculated forward now. We are moving backward now, right? We just drop this down, right? The formula is there, I can't remember again. So we put 235 minus 35 is going to give us 200, right? Are you getting it?
Yes.
It's going to give us 200. Now we're moving down now, because this and this are connected. We put our 200 here, minus this is going to give you 30, right? Now we're moving forward now. This is directly connected to this, right? Because it's directly connected, we say 30 minus 10, 20. Now we're moving backward now. This is directly connected to this, right? This and this is directly connected. Because we're moving backward, this is going to be, do we have that? No. This and this is 30. And when we're moving back, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So here, because it's 30, I think it's going to be 30 here, minus 50. Yeah?
It should be
200.
200.
How much?
This and this, okay.
Yeah, like
200.
G.
Because that and this and that is connected. Put 200 here, because we are moving back, this and this is connected. So this is going to be 20, and this is going to be 5, right? Because these three are connected. We will have used this. We will have used this, but part of this and this is connected. So we can keep this 185 hands here. Because we are moving backward. That's why we're picking the lowest among all the parallel activity line that get connected to the preceding when we are coming back. So that's why we are going to put 20, 20, 20, 10,
10,
20, 10,
15,
20, 15.
15, yes.
15,
Again, from these three, we have
15,
taken like a
10,
list,
5,
that is
5, 5,
What? Wait. Oh, okay, we're moving back like that, right?
5,
Because this is
15,
15.
10,
What do we have here?
10.
We have 5 here, right?
5.
So the 5 is the lowest here, right?
Yes.
So
Five.
put our
Zero.
5 here.
And 0.
0. So I don't have a red pen. So that is what we're going to have now. 0, 0, 0. Am I right? No.
0, 0.
Is this, oh,
Yes.
okay, 0, 0. Right here is
0,
5, 5.
5, 10, minus 5.
Minus 5.
what do we have here?
10, 10, minus 5.
Okay, so it's not going to be 0, 0, right?
5.
We cancel it, so it's not. It's going to be flow. Now here is the same thing, nothing, right? Right. So, but here is the same thing, nothing, right? So we have it like this. Now this is 0, 0. This is 0, 0. This is 0, 0. So our connectivity, what is it? Network, what is it? Critical path will now be like this. Right? Am I right? Like this. Am I right? Then like this. Then like this. You can see it becomes the longest part now. Because this part started here and here. But this has to take a call from here like that. You see the problem now? Because we have a lot of multiple connected. So that's where you have to reason. Think that when you are coming back, among all the axes that get connected, you have to pick the lowest. But you have to sort it out. Then here, when you are moving forward, you pick the highest. Minus. This is just for us to look at the practicality of how to handle all these things. I don't have a red pen. This is critical part.
And the Gantt chart also used in
Gantt chart is broader. Is